Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Season 3 of Luminous Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, we had 3 new apprentices, so our little kittens, they aged up into adolescence, they got given their mentors, that was all very exciting. We got to see how they look now that they're a little bit older, and I have to say, my favorite is definitely Goldpaw, has been since she was a kitten, but I know that one of you lovelies really like Blisspaw because of her tawny spots, and yes, I'm actually very curious to see how that's gonna turn out, because I feel like the tawny on Blisspaw is not as obvious as it is, for example, on her mother Cloudfur. Like, that's very obviously a tawny cat, so I'm intrigued, and I think especially curious to see the difference between Blisspaw and her brother Sunpaw, because they right now especially look very similar, but they are not. I think her brother has like the rosette pelt. Yes, he does. So yeah, again, very intrigued. But let us continue. I'm excited. Obviously, Shadowswell is pregnant. She'll be moving into the nursery in this episode. And then next episode, we'll get to have kittens, all of that. So exciting. Let us start off in the leader's den, of course. We need to go ahead and roll our dice to see what's Godzilla Star is going to do this time around. So, okay, here we go. Now, we got a 6 on the 10-sided dice. So 2, 4, 6. That's Lynx Clan, and we got a 4, which means we are offending Lynx Clan. So this is the second gathering in a row that Godzilla Star has decided to offend someone. So okay, that's what he's gonna do. He's making some trouble right there. Now let's go ahead and skip a moon and see what our cats get up to. Okay, when Lynx Clan's leader shares their news the gathering, Godzilla Star repeats bits of it in a sing-song. Lynx Clan's relations have worsened. Shadowswell is hoping for a big litter. Us too, Shadowswell. We're hoping for a big litter as well. She doesn't believe she can efficiently perform her duties while expecting kids and decides to move into the nursery. That is a-okay. Lupine Claw was trying to fluff up her nest when she saw a thorn inside of her bedding. Another prank, but it could not fool her. And Godzilla Star no longer has a running nose. Wonderful. So if we quickly check up on the cat list, it seems as though we're going to have Shadowswell down, Rowan Pelt down, and Bonesong down. That's right. Bonesong has a broken jaw from the patrol he went on in the last episode. And I'm very worried about him, but if he survives this, he might end up getting a scar on his face like Orchid Shine. So we'll have to see how that goes. But everyone else should be good for patrols. Now let's check out, let's see, the medicine cat den to see what's going on here. Okay. Rowan Pelt was given cobwebs as treatment for bite wound. They will heal sooner. Bonesong was given oak leaves as treatment for broken jaw. It doesn't say he's got a risk of death, thank goodness. Godzilla Star was given juniper as treatment for running nose, and then his running nose got better. And Buttercup Dusk gathered mullein this moon. Okay, that was kind of short and sweet. Now let's go through our relationships. Plum Raven wishes that a clanmate liked her as much as they like Pepper. Plum Raven, Buttercup Dusk, and Stone Speck had a nice talk while eating. During the last gathering, Plum Raven and Blisspaw defended their clan against another clan's heckling. Buttercup Dusk is admiring Godzilla Star from afar. Okay, well, I think now that the clan is ready to welcome another litter, the hunts have been going very well with Godzilla Star, I think our Medicine Cat Deputy, what am I saying? Medicine Cat Deputy? No. Our Medicine Cat Buttercup Dusk is kind of looking at Godzilla Star from a different perspective now, and he's truly wondering, like, yes, this new leader is a troublemaker, but might he be the cat to give us the future we want and need, you know? Buttercup Dusk and Orchid Shine enjoy each other's company. Stone Speck notices some of Goldpaw's fur on her fresh kill. Stone Speck and Blisspaw bond over something small. Stone Speck sneaks out at night to sleep in Buttercup Dusk's nest. That's really cute, actually. Rowan Pelt helps Lupine Claw work through something difficult that happened to her. Really? Really? Rowan Pelt, what are you helping her with? Might it be potentially remnants of of guilt from the murder she committed? I don't know. I don't see Lupine Claw as someone who would feel guilty over what she did, but maybe there is like an emotional knot in her mind that she hasn't worked out, and it's become complicated because of the murder. And I mean, she's still never going to feel guilty about it, but sometimes it weighs on her actions and weighs on her mind. And Rowan Pelt has kind of noticed that his daughter's feeling a certain way, and he's trying to help her work through it. Even though he's never really going to get to the heart of that issue, because Lupine Claw's never going to tell, obviously, her father that she murdered his sister. That would not be good. So, it's intriguing. Goldpaw won't give up a warm, sunny spot for Rowan Pelt, not even for a minute. Yeah, Goldpaw doesn't seem to want to give in to her, uncle. Cloudfur stands up for Orchidshine on a border patrol when confronted by another clan. Cloudfur tells a joke that only Blisspaw can understand. Shadowspell asks Orchidshine about something complicated and is amazed at how quickly Orchidshine understands. Shadowspell notices that Blisspaw is fixing a damaged part of the camp without being asked. Oh, that's adorable, Blisspaw. That is very adorable. I mean, she is a loyal apprentice. That does make sense. The other two are very much childish. Lupine Claw nods politely as Stone Speck passes by. Lupine Claw promises to teach Blisspaw a new technique later. Okay, that's interesting. Orchidshine worries about Lupine Claw's mental stability. Guys, do you think Orchidshine has started noticing that her older sister is a bit unhinged? And, you know, she does, like Lupine Claw has this mental burden, like we said, from that emotional knot that's tied to the murder, which Rowan Pelt, her father, has been trying to help fix. I think the effort he's making is good for their relationship, but it's not going to have the intended outcome because he doesn't know really what he's working with. But I wonder if Orchidshine kind of notices the switch her sister has between being really charismatic and then being really thoughtful and down, and then being really charismatic, and she's thinking that it must be something really serious to affect her sister's mental stability in that way. But I think Orchidshine is going to start becoming very, wary of Lupine Claw. Orchidshine tries not to get envious hearing one of Goldpaw's crazy patrol stories. Now, Orchidshine is the mentor for Sunpaw, and maybe she's seeing how Goldpaw has, these kind of fun stories with her patrols, and she's feeling a little bit envious of the fact that her apprentice is not the one that's getting all this exposure. Because, you know, both Sunpaw and Goldpaw are childish, but Goldpaw is a bit more quick-witted, so it's kind of intriguing. Maybe Orchidshine feels she needs to be stricter with Sunpaw. Day Prince started a fight with Magpie Heart. I mean, to be honest, considering Day Prince is bloodthirsty, he's actually been on really good behavior, but I suppose that kind of tipped into this fight with Magpie Heart, his cousin. Bonesong and Plumraven chat about clan news. Pepper can't seem to get a straight answer from Rowan Pelt lately. When getting something to eat, Pepper sees Orchidshine allow someone else to take her favorite prey. Some things have been rough for Bonesong lately, but Day Prince admires his willingness to go on. I mean, we definitely know that. He does have that broken jaw. And Bonesong has had a lot to deal with lately. He's had a lot. He fended off Rogue single-handedly, we talked about a few episodes ago, and he kind of came back a little bit of a hero, and then he was attacked by a dog but managed to escape because his father stepped in and kind of took the bite for him, and then he was buried in patrol, during one of the patrols, and now he has a broken jaw. So life has been a little bit rough for him lately. It's been a lot of hit and misses. But interestingly enough, I think Day Prince sees this and he finds it very admirable that Bonesong is still so actively participating in so many things around the camp, or, you know, in clan life. Godzilla Star finds a bit of fluff that smells like shadow swell and adds it to his nest. Oh, that's so adorable. That is very, very cute. Although, I, like, knowing what their relationship is like, I don't think this is anything romantic. I think this is Godzilla Star just going ahead and trying to reinforce his position by making it clear, like through sense as well to the other cats, that he is now tied to Shadowswell, that Shadowswell is tied to him, and that he has a more solid relationship with the clan than he did before this whole thing. Like, the place which he is at right now is very, very strong. It's solidified. And he's doing that, like he's showing other cats this by leaving pieces of Shadowswell around so that they can, you know, learn to associate Shadowswell. I mean, they already know that they're mates, but Shadowswell standing in the clan, the fact that she is clan-born, she is a luminous cat through and through. Godzilla Star is kind of giving others the message that we are one and the same. I am no longer an outsider. I am an insider. Godzilla Star thinks Sunpaw was nice to him today. Okay. I feel like ever since Godzilla Star has managed to get Blisspaw to be loyal to him and to his side, he is now working, or he has been working on Sunpaw. So I think he's just going through the younger siblings one by one. But hopefully we see some changes, or he sees some changes. But I think there's like being an improvement, because Buttercup Dusk was admiring Godzilla Star. Now he's spending time with Sunpaw. Things are going good for him. Blisspaw is making up a new clan with Pepper. Lupine Claw tells Sunpaw to smile more. And Goldpaw feels extremely unsettled when Plumraven looks at her. Okay, now Plumraven is your grandmother, if I'm not mistaken. Is Plumraven your grandmother? Hold on a second. Yes. She is your grandmother. These are all her grandkids. Look at the family tree. It is wild. Okay. Well, that is good to note, and that is all we have for events. So I'm going to cut the recording here, and we're going to resume with the cat list. It is time for us to resume with the cat list. First up, we need to take a look at loyalties. And guys, Godzilla Star has lost Blisspaw as a loyalist. Oh my goodness. So the message I'm getting from this is that he was hoping Blisspaw would be able to convert her mentor Dayprance into a loyalist. However, what has happened is that Dayprance has obviously more developed and stronger views than Blisspaw, and he has been able to influence Blisspaw away from Godzilla Star. So right now, it's as though Blisspaw's loyalty is now to her mentor Dayprance and not the leader Godzilla Star, which is very concerning for Godzilla Star, obviously, but I think he would be very, very grateful that at least he has the incoming leader now. And I mean, that's one thing. When this litter is born, obviously his kids are going to be loyal to Godzilla Star. So I think he's kind of letting out a very relieved breath that if chaos was to happen, then thank goodness that chaos is happening as soon as like Shadowswell is getting ready to have the kittens. Because otherwise, I think it would be very difficult for him to get any sort of standing in the clan or acceptance in the clan. Now they're kind of forced to accept him. Whether or not they like Godzilla Star, they're forced to accept him like for the long term now. They can't really kick him out because he has contributed to the bloodline. He is one of the Luminous Cats now. So yeah, I think good for Godzilla Star in that regard. But let's go ahead and see what the cats are doing for the day. And actually, before we do that, I want to check the rankings for our cats because I'm very curious about the rankings for our youngsters to see like how they're going. Who's kind of at the top right now? Who's the best of the batch? So let's check with experience. And Sunpaw, guys. Orchid Shine's apprentice is the top of the batch. So he's got 11 experience. Blisspaw has 9 and Goldpaw has 7. Oh my goodness, that is actually very, very exciting, and I feel very happy for Orchidshine because she is not the most experienced mentor. But between her and Sunpaw, who is childish, she's actually doing a really, really good job of helping to shape him in a better direction. So I'm actually really happy for her. But let's go back and see what all the cats are doing for the day. Godzilla Star is sharpening his claws. Yeah, he is always, I think, cautious of the cats around him in the clan. And he needs to be in tip-top shape and kind of show the others that he's not to be messed with so they don't get any funny ideas. Plum Raven is exhausted after a patrol. Buttercup Dusk, further, I think the 4th moon in a row is keeping his patients distracted with silly games while he treats them. But he is very involved in his work. Very, very involved. And he hasn't really had much rest either, because the same couple of cats keep getting into trouble. Pepper is craving the taste of bird. Stonespeck is basking in the sun. Cloudfur is sparring with some clanmates. Shadowspell missed a catch and is still sulking over it. Rowan Pelt is fetching Dayprance for another cat who is looking for him. Magpie Heart is dozing off. Lupine Claw is wondering if kitty pet life is really so bad. Bonesong is stretching out. Orchidshine wants to go hunt. Look at her, she is so motivated. She's seeing how well her apprentice is doing and she's like really motivated to go out and help him experience more. So I'm very curious to see what the mentor's strategies are going to be like this moon, considering that they now have a clearer idea of how their apprentices are going. And she was the only mentor, I think, who actually took Sunpaw with her in the last patrol. The other mentors sent their apprentices away with other cats. Dayprance has been disappearing often lately. Okay. So he has been kind of slinking in and out of camp. And that might be why Blisspaw is falling behind a little bit compared to her brother, because Dayprance not paying nearly as much attention to her. Sunpaw caught the biggest mouse ever. Like, seriously, look at him. Even he's been hunting, so both he and his mentor are like very, very motivated to go and do some stuff. Blisspaw is listening to her mentor intently. Okay, so Blisspaw, look at this, guys. She is, it seems, more inclined to follow Dayprance and his example than Godzilla Star right now. So she's kind of become loyal to her mentor. And he, it seems as though, doesn't seem to be spending too much time in camp, but the time that she does get with him, it's like she tries her best to soak everything in. So I think she's starting to idolize Dayprance just a little bit. So we'll have to see how that goes, but that's very curious. And Goldpaw missed a catch and is still sulking over it. I think so was Shadowspell. Oh, so both of them, I imagine, tried to catch maybe something, maybe a mouse that was outside the medicine cat den, like Goldpaw and Shadowspell, and they both missed. And then I imagine Sunpaw probably caught that mouse. Like, he came bounding through and he caught the mouse and he's enjoying it, and the other two are a little bit put out at the fact they missed out on that mouse that Sunpaw caught. Okay, that's interesting. Well, guys, I am going to cut the recording here and then we'll continue with the patrols. Time for us to resume with the patrols. We currently have 111.7 prey and we need 42.5. I am becoming a little bit nervous of our, food. So, I mean, I have never so far in Luminous Clan had to face starvation, but I am getting a little bit nervous about food right now because we are needing more and more. But let's send out our medicine cat, get him to do his thing. In the leaf bare snow, the chances of finding any usable daisies seem slim. Buttercup Dusk hesitates. Should he even try to look? Proceed. Not only does Buttercup Dusk end up soaked to the skin, but he also doesn't end up finding any daisies under the snow either. What a wasted and horribly chilly day. And now we are sending out the patrols. So we're going to have a patrol of 6 and a patrol of 5. And I'm very curious to see what the mentors are gonna do for their apprentices this time around. So first up, in our group of 6, we have... Okay, again, Orchid Shine has decided that she is gonna stick to her original strategy of keeping Sunpaw close to her, and it seems as though the other mentors are also sticking by their strategy. Both Day Prince and Stone Speck have decided not to take their apprentices with them. They want their apprentices to get experience from the other cats, which is fair enough. Then we have Lupine Claw and Godzilla Star in this patrol of 6, so let's send them out, see what they get up to. A rabbit bursts out of cover, startled by the patrol. Proceed. The patrol rallies almost instantly and manages to corner and catch the rabbit. Nice! A large amount of prey is brought to camp, thank goodness. And I'm kind of glad for Sunpaw and Orchid Shine because they did want to hunt, so that is really good. And then we have Gold Paw, Bliss Paw, Magpie Heart, Cloudfur, and Plum Raven going out. So let's go ahead and see what they get up to. Plum Raven wanders past an old badger set dug into the rocky hillside only to freeze. There's new scent here, acrid and sour. I'm not too worried about the cats because the group is quite big and typically this isn't a problem unless you only have like one cat that can't look after themselves, but this might be a good lesson for them. Proceed. Carefully considering their options, a Magpie Heart decides to set up a stakeout with the patrol. When the badger pokes its head above the ground at dusk, they're prepared, and in unison, everyone turns for home. The cats fade into the grass before the predator has even blinked the sleep out of its eyes. Okay, so hopefully this was a very good lesson for the youngsters about badger sets and how you deal with these kind of things, and in the future, if they ever come across something like this, they'll know how to deal with it a lot better. So okay, and this is kind of curious because the sisters, the past 2 patrols they've done as apprentices, basically all their patrols as apprentices, they are doing together, and their brother is kind of always separate from them and with his mentor and their mentors. But we now have 169.3 prey, and we need 42.5, which is great. I feel a little bit less nervous. As soon as that dips under 100, I'm going to be panicking. I feel safe and secure when it's like over 100, you know? Okay, well it seems as though that's all we kind of got done today for patrols. I'm curious to check up on the ranks, although I don't think it'll change much from what we had. Yeah, we still have Sunpaw, who now has 13, Blisspaw, who now has 12, and Goldpaw, who now has 10. Now, obviously from the stuff we've kind of seen in the past regarding things like rankings, you never really know unless you get to the 11th moon for the youngsters, you know, who really is going to end up at the top. We have had instances where one cat has kind of stayed right at the top throughout the entirety of their training, and we've also had instances where the rankings basically shift every moon. So I have no clue, but I'm actually very impressed with Sunpaw because I actually thought his sisters would be more advantaged with their personalities and their mentors to kind of get ahead of him. But no, he and his mentor have worked really hard to get him up there on top, and he seems to have had a really good start to his apprenticeship. So I'm really proud of him. But okay guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. When we come back next time, obviously Shadowswell is going to be having a litter of hopefully kittens, so I'm very excited about that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.